That's Edie Pie. Edie Pie. She's so cute. Anyways, hi everybody. Today is Mission Monday. So I have decided that today my mission is going to be, I've been really curious about kind of the cost of things, using a high-end product versus a maybe drugstore product, that type of thing. And one of the things I've been wondering lately is foundation. And, you know, there are department store cosmetic counter foundations that you can spend, you know, 50, 60, are you done? 50, 60, $70 on. And, you know, and then there's drugstore foundation that you can get for anywhere, you know, $5, $10. And I kind of been wondering, like, is there a big difference? And if there is, what are those differences? Is it just a matter of one product works better than the other, or are there different things within like the formulas that actually maybe make them better? What are you paying for when you buy an expensive foundation? So today I'm gonna head to Ulta today. I like that store because you get both sides of the industry in there. You have the one side of the store that is the drugstore, you know, less expensive version of products, and then you have the high-end, more department store, you know, beauty products. And so I like going to that store to do these kind of comparisons. I won't always go there. I'll try to find some Mission Mondays that take us other places. So let's see. While I drive there, I'm going to go ahead and let you get caught up, and we'll see you at the store. Bye. Okay, so let's get you caught up. Today, with the mission that we're going on, I figured since I'm going out to compare expensive versus inexpensive brands of foundation, that is exactly what I would wear. So I have with me today an IT Cosmetics foundation called Your Skin But Better. Mine's in light, and I've been using this for quite a while. I really like this product. And so I thought I would go ahead and put that on this side of my face. So I grab usually just a little jar of one of my, I don't know, random things sitting here, and I pump it out on the top of the jar. So anyways, there it is. And I take and just use a big foundation, I don't know what they call this kind of brush, foundation brush. It's kind of like almost exactly like a paintbrush. I'd be willing to bet I have paintbrushes down. Let's get that out of the way a little bit more. Paintbrushes that look just like this. So anyway, and then I try to get a lot right in there, and dab a little. Since I don't have any sort of concealer on, I'm going to dab a little more than usual around my eye. And so I just kind of use this technique to get it all spread out and kind of get the initial product on there. So then I wet beauty sponge here, and I'm just going to go ahead and pounce this out and blend it in. These right here, I just discovered these not too long ago, a beauty sponge, and I love them. Always use them wet. I used mine the first couple of times dry, and I was like, this thing sucks. And then realized, oh, you're supposed to use it wet, and it works a lot better when you use it. Use it correctly, it works a lot better. But these are all the rage right now online, and everyone, you'll hear on everybody, you know, everybody's site, and everybody's talking about beauty blender, beauty blender, beauty blenders. But just a quick FYI, so beauty blender is kind of like Kleenex. When someone says, oh, can you hand me a Kleenex? Well, Kleenex is a brand of facial tissue. So beauty blender is the same way. Beauty blender is an actual brand of one of these. I think it's a black one. Anyways, and I think these are just called beauty sponges. I don't know. I call it my pouncy thing. And I always sit here, and while I'm doing this, I'm like, pounce, 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 pounce. I actually say it to myself in my head. I'm kind of weird that way. But anyways, so go ahead and we'll just kind of take this and press it all out. And for some reason, like I said, I always have kind of this issue with my skin being red, and I hate when that shows through under my foundation. So sometimes I put things under there to help, but today I'm just doing foundation, and I'm just going to do it on the one side of my face. So that is looking pretty good. Okay, so that's that side. So now we're going to use on the other side L'Oreal True Match. I was so proud of myself when I bought this product. They actually make just a slew of shades in this. Like, yeah, they make a ton of them. And I was so proud of myself when I bought this and brought it home and tried it for the first time. It was a perfect match. And so yeah, I was really proud of myself for got it on the first try. This particular product, you can hear maybe, it's a little more of a liquid, and so I just take it and kind of streak it down my face like this and dot it across there. I don't really put this on in any kind of pretty, or I just smear it all over. Try to get some down in there. But anyways, yeah, I'm really kind of curious, you know, sometimes you put a product on and you're like, oh, that product works great. And then you put another product on and you're like, oh, that product works great too. But I kind of like the idea of trying this. It's going to be like an actual like comparison. Which side, you know, do they both cover the same? I know my It Cosmetics Hair foundation, I believe this is, I think it's like $32, $38, something like that. I'll put that information down below. And so, you know for sure. I do like it. There's nothing I don't like about this. At least so far. And then this, you know, L'Oreal, you can find it in pretty much any drugstore or anywhere. And it is like, I don't know, $7, $8. So it's kind of curious to see. Another beauty pouncer here. It just so happened, and I thought this was good, I just so happen to have two of these for some odd random reason. And so I can actually go ahead and use this on the other side without using it with already some other product on it. So anyways, this almost seems to be, in all honesty, kind of spreading out a little faster. And I can already see that I mean, I guess I could have always got more product on one side versus the other. I mean, there's always that chance. But I almost feel like in looking at this, that this side covered quicker. And I actually think, in all honesty, I think it covered a little better. For me, let's flip this baby over to the big side. That's very interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. You know, like I said, this is the drugstore side, and this is the expensive side. Oh, I would be so sad because I really do like this. Actually, oh, I love the smell of this stuff. I'm gonna do some simple makeup here real quick, and then we'll get going and go ask around and see what we can find out for the day. And then I think it'll be really interesting too. Yes, maybe this side looks better right now versus this side. Is the makeup on this side still there at the end of the day versus the makeup on that side? So I think that's going to be really interesting too. So we got lots to do today. Let's get going. So anyways, I'm headed into Ulta and we're going to see what we can find out about foundation. Hi, well, I made it back. I made it through my day. I went out and talked to lots of different people today and that type of thing. Now that I am back here and looking in my giant magnifying mirror, I would have to say, honestly, the drugstore side, the True Match L'Oreal, actually, I feel like there's still more of that product. If I look really close, the side that I use the It Cosmetic on, down towards here and kind of along my jawline, when I look really, really close, I can sort of see a difference in, I still feel like there's more coverage on this side than there is on this side. In kind of going back to the question of should you spend the money to use a higher end foundation, here is what I kind of learned. If you have like skin issues, such as maybe you are looking for a lot more hydration, or you have maybe acne, or you tend to have like patchy dry skin or red, if you have areas of your skin other than just coverage that you want to kind of help or, do more for, then kind of the general consensus was yes, using a higher end foundation would be better. Higher end foundations, as I was told today, tend to have better quality ingredients in them. They have, more moisturizers or things like that in them. The other thing that I was told about the high end foundation that I used is some of the girls said that it was more of a buildable foundation. And what that means is if you put on, most of the time, if you put on a drugstore foundation, kind of on your first application, what you get is what you get. If it dries and the coverage isn't quite right, then you'll probably want to take and do more of a heavier powder or that type of thing. Where on the high-end side, they were saying that that product is a little more buildable. So if you put your first layer, so to speak, on, and you're like, oh, I could really use some more coverage once, it's kind of dried or set, that type of thing, you can actually go back through and take your blotter and redo an application. So in other words, you can build one layer on top of another layer, where on a lower end product, it might tend to, once it dries and you're like, oh, I need more coverage, and you put it on, you're gonna maybe have globbierness, or, globbierness, is that a word? I don't know. But anyways, so, those kind of things. I feel like my routine of moisturizers and cleansers and things that I use, I am really, really happy with. And so even though my high-end product says that it has those things too, the sunscreens and the hydration and the, moisturizers and the protectants and the correctors and all of those things, if I'm looking for a product that I just want coverage, I really truly believe that the True Match from L'Oreal was substantially better. Actually, I was really surprised. Does that mean I'm going to stop using It Cosmetic? No. I would have to say though, I kind of think that the True Match is a really good product. Now, granted, that might not be true for all drugstore brands, although same with the other side of the counter. Every high end, just because it's expensive, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be better either. So my Mission Monday today, I'm not really sure what to call it. It's kind of a draw, honestly. Anyways, hope it was helpful, and I'll be back soon. Bye.